Welcome to another episode of Hardcat Basics. In this episode, we're going to focus on how to create a new custom report in Hardcat. The Hardcat application comes pre-installed with over 100 fixed reports in the system. If by chance none of these reports fit your requirements, you can create your own custom reports within the Hardcat system. Today, we're going to go through how to create a new custom report for the Hardcat core module. To create a custom report in Hardcat, you can do it via one of two methods, either via the New button or the Copy button. The New button allows you to create a new Hardcat report definition from scratch, whereas the Copy button, you can copy a pre-existing report definition and modify it to your requirements. In this example today, we're going to be creating a new report by pressing the New button. Let's get started. When creating a custom report in Hardcat, it's always important to give it a very meaningful name. When running custom reports in Hardcat, or export definitions for that matter, when the report is run, it is based around the search result that is selected at the time of running the report. So what we try not to do is call a custom report, for example, the May 2015 asset listing, or all assets at a particular location or a particular asset type. The reason why we don't do that is that may confuse users in the future, in that when running the report, they may expect that they only will get assets based around what is described in the title, where that is not correct. Now let's have a look at the functionality associated with the report generator. First of all, we have the report type drop-down. This allows us to create a custom report based on different areas of the system. Since we're in the asset areas, we could create a custom report based on the assets table, assets additional costs, the assets current units, and unit history information. Secondly, we can apply a preset class to this report definition. By applying a preset class, it allows us to add the questions from that preset class to this report definition. When the report is run, only assets that are associated to that particular preset class are shown in the report. We also can specify who the owner of this custom report definition is. With the owner functionality of a report, if your security permissions have been disabled for editing other users' reports, you can only edit reports or delete reports potentially that are associated to your person's name. In the next area down we have fields. Here are a list of fields that we can add to our custom report. To add a field to a custom report, it's as simple as double-clicking on the field, or selecting multiple fields by selecting and then pressing the Control button and highlighting other fields as required. To add these fields to your report, click on this top right-hand facing arrow. With the fields in this report, we can do a couple of different things. Once they're in there, we can reorder them if the order of the fields is not correct. If necessary, we can open up the field by double-clicking on the field, and from here we can adjust the title column if required. We can adjust the field width to give it either less space or more space on the page, as it's a fixed width space. The field alignment, and we can also apply a font if required. So from here we can either select the ones from the system, or we can go and create our own new custom font color. If we wanted a nice green column, go green, choose color, select to be green, OK, and OK, and OK, and OK. When this runs, the field asset code will be shown in green. Further down the page, we have the options of sort by. Hardcat custom reports can be sorted on two separate levels. If we wanted this report to be sorted by location, we'd go and select the field location name and select the right selection button here. That will then, when the report is run, sort all the asset information by location name. If we want to apply a break every time the location changes in a subtotal, we can click on the subtotal on key change tick box, which means that every time the location changes, it puts a break in for us. If we want multiple levels of sort, we can then add in a second level, for example, asset type name. So this will then sort it by location and then asset type name within that particular location. If we want to get a subtotal within that location by asset type, we could tick on subtotal on both keys. If we were to tick on new page on key change, every time the location changes, it will start a new page. On the left-hand side, we have a global tick box. When looking at your list of custom reports, if global is ticked on and you have selected to look at global reports, this will then show in other users' custom report lists. Summary only. If you were to run this report, you would not see the individual asset details. You would see only the information at the sort levels, by asset type and location, giving you the quantities and giving you dollar values if purchase price or other currency-based fields are added to your report. By default, disposed assets are not shown in the custom report. If you want to see disposed assets, you have to tick the Include Disposed Assets. If you're making a custom report in the work order module or help desk module, by default, closed work orders and closed problems are not shown within the custom report generator. So in those modules, you'd have to click Include Closed Work Orders and or Include Closed Problems. From here, we also can then change our page orientation from either portrait or to landscape. Once you're happy with the fields in your report definition, it's a matter of pressing OK to save. In this instance, the Hardcat report generator has noticed that the amount of fields that we've added to our report exceed the page width that is selected at portrait, which is 120 character spaces. To rectify this, we have to either remove 45 spaces or we can click OK to proceed, which is also yes in this instance. I'm going to press no because I like my reports to be a single line per asset. So what I'll do here is select landscape. And by pressing OK, oh, it's still too wide. To rectify this, what we need to do now is go and modify the fields in our report, either by taking fields out or shortening the values. Let's take asset code for an example. The asset code in this demonstration system is AS and a 6-number value. Being that the fields are a fixed width of 30 characters, we don't need asset code to be given 30 characters worth of space. So I may make that 12 spaces instead. If I was to press OK now, that will save the report. If I was to run the report now, this is what it would look like. As you can see here, we have subtotals. Because the report was selected by summary, it's not giving us any of that individual asset information, but it is giving us subtotals for how many assets reside within that particular location by asset type. Thank you for watching this video about how to create a custom report in Hardcat. If you have any questions about how to create a custom report definition, feel free to click on the Help button, which will then open up the Hardcat Web Help Desk functionality, or you can reference the Hardcat PDF document in your Hardcat installation directory, or the Hardcat support team is there available to assist as well.